Hello students, in this video we see how we can use the control checkbox list. Instead of using checkbox multiple times, we may use checkbox list control in our web page. So to implement, I'm taking new web page, then I'm giving the name as CheckBoxList Demo. Okay, now I'm adding this web page. Now I'm going towards the design view, then I'm taking this checkbox list control, then I'm clicking on edit items and I'm adding one by one some items into this list. So I'm adding here and any item you want you may add, then 12 mark sheet, then UG, then PG, then maybe LC, means living certificate, then TC, transfer certificate, then Aadhaar, then date of birth certificate, then maybe some students having gaps, so gap certificate, then caste, then validity, then income. So okay, this is sufficient list. Now I'm clicking on OK. So this is the list I'm taking and I'm giving one message here. I'm giving one message in label, documents attached. I'm changing the text property of this label, documents attached, and in front of this label I'm taking one list box, simple list box I'm taking here. Now what is the functionality or logic behind this example? When user will tick mark some items from this list, that item will be added into this list box. Now I'm not taking single checkbox for all these items. I'm instead of taking the single checkboxes multiple times for all these certificates or documents, I'm taking one checkbox list, and inside that particular list I'm adding all these items. Now this is checkbox as well as list box. So whenever user will check multiple items, that selected items will be added inside this list box. This is this functionality we want. Now if I run this page, now nothing will be happen. See here the output. When we click on the checkbox or select some items from the list, the item will not be added inside this list box. So we need to code according to our functionality. Now we need to give one for loop, or we need to take some code like here. What is the logic behind this functionality? We need to traverse all these items one by one. So to traverse all these items from the list box, we know what we have done earlier. We take or we are doing by using for loop. This functionality we are doing, or to traverse the items from list box, we are using for loop. So by using for loop, we access the elements one by one, and what is the further processing. If that particular item, traversed item is selected, then that item we add into this list box. So this is the functionality. Up to end we traverse the element one by one and add accordingly. If it is selected, then only we need to add into this list box. So such type of functionality we need to do. So we go towards the coding part, stop debugging, and then I am giving some meaningful ID here. chklst all documents list, and this is the document attached. So lst documents attached. Okay, now we fire the event checklist all document list selected index change. At this event I am writing the code as for integer I is equal to 0, because I want to traverse all these elements. Whatever the elements present inside this checkbox list, we need to traverse individual item one by one. So I am taking I is equal to 0, then I is less than whatever the items present inside this list box. Check chk list all document list dot items dot count. So in this way we can find how many elements present inside that particular list, and then I am adding one code. Now if that ith item is selected, then only we need to add that particular selected item into this list box. So what is the code? If chk list dot items of I, means ith index item, if selected, then we need to add inside this list box document attached dot items dot add, and which item we need to add? This selected item, ith item we need to add. So it's a text property actually we need to add. Text means whatever this 12th mark sheet, UG mark sheet, that part is text part, so we need to add this. So this is the simple logic. We traverse by using for loop all the whole list, and if that particular item is selected, then only we need to add this elements text inside this second list box. So this is the simple logic. If we run, then if we select, nothing happen here. Elements will not be added inside this list, because we need to change one property here. We need to enable this auto post back property, then only we see the effect. Now elements will be added, but there is a duplication. Now we know already what we need to do if we want to avoid the previous list or previous items. We need to clear. We don't want duplication. So how we can avoid that particular duplication? A list item or list box name dot items dot clear method is there. To clear all the elements from the list box, we call this clear method. Then by using this for loop, we add some elements inside this list box, and by using this, before adding, we clear first list, and then fresh list we will add here by using this for loop. Now if we see the effect, okay, so this is the list. and if I unselect or uncheck some items, then list will be updated accordingly. So this is the one example of checkbox list demo. So do it by yourself and see how we can add multiple items, and add on each item, in front of each item there is a checkbox. So user may select multiple items at the same time, and we can do the processing accordingly. Whatever the logic behind your project functionality, you may add to this checkbox list. Means in this program or in this web page, what we learn, how we can use a checkbox list in our web page, and what if some items from this list are selected, then we are doing some functionality here. We are added those items inside this list box. If you want to store those selected items in database, then you can add such functionality inside your web page. So see you in next video. In next video we see radio button list, like checkbox list. There is one radio button list. So instead of taking multiple radio buttons single or individually multiple times, we may use radio button list. So that part we will see in next video. So see you in next video. Thank you.